Hey guys, welcome to the patio. Thanks for joining us tonight live. It's Wednesday. We're about an hour later than normal, but we're at the 7 o'clock hour. And boy, I tell you what, for a boring news cycle, we got a lot to talk about tonight. We got another proud boy. He's not feeling very proud right now. He's spending some time in Sing Sing. Look, that's a big story, and all of us ought to worry about that. Our good friends, the Hodge twins, have a good friend who's got an interesting story to tell you. He's got some ties to Arkansas. Sarah Huckabee's trying to make your life a little less expensive. We'll tell you about that. And a whole lot more. But first off, let's get into it. We got Father Fortenberry.
Okay. All right. Hey, look, Zippin' Pippin' is from Ghost River. That's what I'm drinking tonight. And go find us on YouTube. Subscribe, follow. I didn't got to watch. If you're watching us on what is this, TikTok, go subscribe to that too. It costs you a little money, but we're trying to set up a few things for subscribers. See it.
TW, welcome to the patio.
Oh, I made it. Excellent choice in beer, by the way.
Zippin',
so
yes.
good.
The Zippin', the
it.
Pippin'. I didn't think he liked IPA.
That's
and the other day,
this is one of my favorite. Yeah, this is a very good
that's a good
IPA.
one.
see if that's right button. Now he's back.
You like one?
Oh, Marty's camera froze up. Let me come back. Y'all's camera come back. We'll come back to y'all. I'll figure out what happened there.
All right, we'll
The
catch
camera
you.
light's not on.
We'll catch you later.
Hey, y'all
No,
are in
it's
the-
not.
Y'all are in the past.
Oh, here we go. We got.
Look, Robert. Look, look at Marty's frozen face.
That's actually fun. That's from the other night. Even.
Look at Marty's face.
Do you think if we? Oh wait, there's a light. There's a light.
There you go.
There's
There
a light.
we go. So
I'm like,
technical
McConnell.
difficulties. We come in hot. I was running late. DW
I'm still
running
froze
late.
up from last week.
He looked
McConnell.
like Mitch McConnell.
We were all
Look,
running
that's a
late.
good joke.
Look, Mitch McConnell over there.
Yeah, he looked like the turtle. Right? That's what he looked like. He is the turtle. Speaking of politics, did you guys, I didn't even talk about this in the intro, but did you guys see Joe Biden presenting the award to the distinguished veteran?
I did.
Let me see if I can find that video.
What does-
Larry ensued.
It's terrible.
What distinguished is this person? He was distinguished.
Well, he was
remember,
getting a Medal of Honor.
Oh, what?
But he was
That
an
sounds
older
awesome.
fella.
Oh yeah, I mean he looked about Joe's age, but he looked like he had his faculties and.
So here, I got the video. Let me see if I'm gonna get it up. We can watch it here. There it is. We don't have any sound, but look. So he's presenting the Medal of Honor. There's not much listen here. This is the start.
You can see it.
This is the start of the. This is
there we
the
go.
start of it, and this guy looks older than Joe Biden. Actually,
Yeah,
surprisingly.
look, Joe looks asleep, and this man looks
but
alert.
this is the start of the whole thing. So he puts the medal around the guy's neck.
Is it going to fall off? Please.
Oh no, it's worse. So they haven't even really started the ceremony. He puts the medal around the guy's neck, and then he just walks off. Oh, there's a little bit of sound. Okay, but then he just gets up off the stage. He says, "Oh, gives you a salute here," and he's supposed to give like a speech and a benediction, and he's like, "Oh, we're done. Hey guys, thanks for coming," and everybody's like, "Where's he going?" What's this reporter?
They were
What's
clapping
this
for him.
reporter though? This reporter
no.
right here. She's like, that's the greatest part. She's like,
No, the old man. Oh, it didn't show the old man.
it didn't. He was lost too.
Yeah, he's like,
Next-
what the hell is going on?
Next, they followed up with the
Doesn't
benediction.
that suck that you're getting, for you, your family, you're getting the greatest, like, military honor you can have, and then this guy does.
Yeah, because like, and Donnie is a veteran. You can verify this, but when a actual military sees somebody with sees a Medal of Honor, they salute it, don't they?
I would never take it off. I would.
I'd say that where
Shouldn't everybody salute a Medal of Honor? then?
I would feel like a piece of shit if I saluted somebody because I'm not.
I'd be,
military.
I'd feel like I'm like making fun of him if I did that.
Yeah, I'd like to do
'Cause I'm not a
I
veteran.
could do the scouts thing. That's
Yeah,
all
like-
I could do.
I'd be butt naked.
I would just like
Would it
that-
really
Medal
come
of Honor.
across that way though? I mean, you're saluting.
Like if I salute,
I'll tell you.
I feel
I'll
bad.
tell you a honest truth. I feel like less of a man when I'm around veterans, man. I really do. Them dudes have done it.
He
yeah,
really-
but you're a father.
he means veterinarian.
and we know they will,
Veterinary.
and we know they wouldn't let you in anyhow. So you tried.
I did try.
There was an episode where we talked about you trying.
Yes. Look,
They denied you.
I
Was
was
it flat feet or too
No, I
fat?
was too fat. After 9/11, we were attacked and 3,000 people died, and I was still too fat to go to the military.
I'm a
So,
fat shaming my
Jamie.
boy.
to the National Guard.
Jamie, got a question for you. Though. I mean, we don't know now. You being too fat may have saved you from going to prison because another Proud Boy has been sent to prison. This time, Enrique Tarrio, and that dude is not a white-skinned fella. If you can't tell by
He's
his
Cuban.
name.
He's Cuban.
Is he Cuban?
Yeah, but he's Cuban.
Here, I'll show you what it looks like here. Enrico Tarrio, who was not even at the riot.
He wasn't even there.
He wasn't there.
He
The
was not
reason he
there.
wasn't there, he'd been arrested that couple days before.
It's because he was sending his love. That's
But
why.
he was sentenced to 22 years in prison for sending text messages to his Proud Boys, cheering them on
sending love.
For text messages.
for text messages.
22 years.
22 years.
I hope for these people that. I mean, I'm not even rooting for Trump, but I hope Trump gets elected and pardons every one of these guys.
So what happens to the people YouTube people that maybe weren't there, or the people on other social media that was like, yeah, you guys go, you guys attack the Capitol and take over. When are they coming for those people?
They're next.
They will. Absolutely.
This ought to scare the hell out of all of y'all.
They-
out there,
it does.
regardless of who you are. You're now getting punished for thinking.
So
about
realistically, if we were sitting here live watching this, rooting it on, we could potentially face 20 years in jail.
Correct.
If you they started communicating via chat with us, yeah, most likely it'd be you, Jamie. Just so you know.
Oh, absolutely.
Or where you could text and say, "Hey, go wave at that police officer."
You know what? You know
go
who
to
it'd
jail for
probably
that.
really be? That guy over your shoulder right there. Probably Hago, because
Hago would have been all up at it.
Right.
They would not have been able to put him in jail.
Would
He
he
ain't
go-
got no hands.
Would he go?
They can't handcuff
No, you know
him.
what would happen? Both of you would go to jail.
Would he go to
Because-
the penal farm? Jay?
You're
get
the
right
voice of Hago, and he's the brains of Hago. And yeah, you both would go to jail.
They had to get both of you.
They cuff his neck.
With my hand.
Hago can't even say you're gonna catch these hands. He has to say these tusks.
What?
But the whole time in jail, Hago, I would speaking Hago voice.
So
the whole time.
let's fast forward to
Yeah,
January.
you would never get raped, would
They
you?
say he's soft as hell.
He'd be in the next cell. You'd hear through the concrete wall. Hey, Jay.
You hear Hago say, stop that.
you know,
Don't touch my booty.
you know, Gary would be pimping out Hago. I told you.
He cut a hole in his mouth.
No, he wouldn't need a hole in his mouth. Hey, he'd be like, "I'll trade you 2 soup. I'll trade you 2 soups and some ramen noodles."
He'd be walking around whole people's pockets.
Gary cut a hole in his snout.
For some hog wild pleasure.
Yeah, no, people be holding his pockets. What you talking about? This Hago. Hago goes to prison. We got to do that. We got to do
Oh
that.
my God.
Hey, what's to say Hago's not a Proud Boy? I mean, right? Why can't he get sentenced to
I mean,
25
he
years?
is running for president.
Well,
we have
he's
it.
going to be. If he is, he's going to be indicted. He's a front runner for animated characters. Hago will probably be indicted, much like Donald Trump. We need to do a video where he gets indicted. We got Hunter Biden over here. He can play himself.
Hey, I only need some orange flip flops.
We need
Poor
muscle. We need muscle
God.
man to do a hog.
Boy, we got off track quick on that.
I don't know that we did, because that's almost as crazy as what's really going on.
It
I
really
mean,
is.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And
I mean, the comedy associated with that. If this man wasn't spending 25 years, there's like 10 of them multi-decade sentences
That's insane.
for simply being there, and they did it.
some of them weren't there.
Yeah, this guy wasn't even.
He wasn't even
He was
there.
in jail.
That was
for
not
something
even.
else.
Well, he wasn't in jail. He
He
got
got
arrested, and they asked him to leave the city, and he left the city and was texting.
So that's like Jamie going to whoop somebody, and you be like, "Yeah, go whoop his tail." And
It's
then
exactly
Jamie
what it
goes
is.
and
Yeah.
does it, and then you get sentenced.
Or it'd be like telling Gary to go whoop somebody's tail, and Gary doesn't.
Yeah.
He just come.
Yeah,
like,
Gary put Hago on and go
he put
solid.
Ho- you know what? Maybe that's his alter ego. We ought to be worried. Maybe Hago becomes Gary's like sociopathic hand puppet.
Yeah.
That's like mankind.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah.
Well, that's
That
where,
was where that
That's
was.
that's where the name Hago
He-
came
he's,
from. yeah.
he's going in your mouth, deep down in your throat, grab you.
Speaking of Gary's fans food, he said, "Hey,
Hey,
Gary,
what's up,
you
Foodie?
guys,
What's up, y'all?
9
Hey,
on TikTok."
Foodie made our TikTok
girl.
video today, and it did terrible. I think we were shadow banned, but
That's okay.
but I gave a shout out to Foodie because she's the one that had a good question or good comment.
Let's talk about Law and Order. Danielle Outlaw. That's a great name for
Well, that
police
is that's a
commissioner.
solid name.
She's leaving to serve as the deputy chief security officer of the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. She claims that she will. I don't know. Maybe this wasn't worth reading.
Good
I
luck
kind of
with
got
that.
off. So she talks about weak gun laws in Pennsylvania continue to allow illegal and legal guns to infiltrate our city. So she's basically leaving because it's a city under siege
And
in
she's
Philadelphia.
going to New York.
Port Authority. So she'll be dealing with all those illegals.
if it's legal guns, is it really under siege?
You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Did you say illegal?
No, legal.
Legal.
If they're legal,
She says
guns, then no,
legal
it's
and
not.
illegal. Now,
Yeah,
It's
they're
not under
illegal.
siege.
all right. So how do you stop the illegal guns? Do you put more laws in place?
Gary, everybody knows that when you
don't put them in
when
a
you increase
liberty
laws, criminals turn into guns.
It makes it worse.
Don't put them in a liberty.
But they're
safe.
legal because of laws, right?
So I'll say this: one of my biggest things about Vivek, whatever his name is,
Vivek Ramaswamy.
he will never win. I'm confident he'll never win. But he wants to dismantle the ATF, and you know who believes in that? Me and Hoggo.
Well, you know what? Vivek's running for VP because I was listening to a story from Glenn Beck the other day. Did you see that?
No, I missed
he was on Glenn Beck where Trump was talking about Vivek and saying how awesome
I
Vivek
heard
is.
that too.
Yes,
on that.
that's your next
Now,
VP.
we got an important question came to us from one of our biggest fans, Bragmo,
Oh, he was
from our
bragging about
YouTube
it.
chat. First tonight, we got YouTube chat running. He has a good question. I think we answered it. Who's going to be Hoggo's VP candidate?
Hoggo's VP.
Oh,
Ooh, that is.
Who's going to join Hoggo on the ticket?
Jamie.
We got to think.
No, look, I got too many skeletons in my closet.
I was thinking Vivek. But
I
Yeah,
brought him up a while ago. How about Eric Musselman?
Eric Busman is Hoggo's VP.
Yeah.
boy, we would really we'd take off if we were able to pull that off.
They're gonna be on the
He's a
bus
character.
bus.
Hey,
You ain't like, look, if we get Eric Musman on here to
Let's
be
go.
his VP, we are set.
Okay, this
got a
is
Memphis
all
hat
right,
on,
that
I'm
is a
saying
fantastic idea.
No.
We are
Little Penny.
Little Penny.
Little Penny.
Little
Little
Penny would be
Penny.
the perfect.
all right. So
VP.
we got
Little
two
Penny.
front runners, not forerunners, front runners. Little Penny,
Lil P from Blackstreet.
Eric Musselman as Hoggo's VP. Look, we will do a primary at some point and do a poll and let all of you vote on who should be the VP.
Maybe we need to make
For
a
Hoggo.
Little Penny character. We'll call
And
him
just so
Little
you
Dime.
know, let me see if I can bring
Call it Smaller Penny.
Smaller Penny.
You know who did Lil Penny's voice? That was Chris Rock, wasn't it?
It was.
It was.
It was Chris Rock.
I'm gonna give him a little sneak peek of the Hoggo for President T-shirt.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
That'll
coming
be
out.
We do have a
very
Hoggo President
soon.
T-shirt, which we are
Let's do a little
slowly
sneak
creeping
peek
that
of
way.
If we just get one right in, this would be like in the entire nation. That'd be awesome.
Oh,
Hey, just if
For Hoggo?
if
Yeah, you
Muscle
know what?
Man-
Yeah.
I will piss away my vote. To
If he found out he was
I
running
will,
mate,
guys.
it'd be
I
great.
will.
He's running on, as a Muppetarian.
So there you go. There it is. Hoggo for President 2024. As you know, it doesn't say like Hoggo Musselman or Hoggo
No,
the
just
Penny.
Hoggo.
But we will be doing a poll. We will do a primary to determine.
Yeah, we haven't
I
got
like
to the
it.
primary yet to figure it out.
I gotta have. I'm getting me one of those shirts.
What do you think about it, Hoggo?
He's speechless.
He like Joe Biden. He kind of looked like Mitch McConnell. He's got that Mitch McConnell shake to him.
He just froze up.
He
He just froze up. His mouth ain't moving.
Look.
In fact, his mouth never moved.
He probably can process information far more rapidly than Mitch McConnell
I
or Joe
guarantee
Biden.
you. Look,
Yeah.
he there's as much going on in that head as is in our current president. So that's all I'm saying.
Don't disrespect the Hoggo.
His-
All right, now this is important news right here. Google will require campaign ads to prominently disclose if they used artificial intelligence or digitally altered content.
Dude, that's huge. I
It is-
love that.
it
I
is
love
huge.
that.
Because you know, the only intelligence that the other side is going to bring is some artificial. So we need to really document.
So, but this is so sketchy right now that, like, I sent a meme or something or a video the other day, and somebody said, asked if it was AI,
Yeah.
and that's a fair question.
You don't know anymore.
Hey, we're getting
Was it the one with Joe Biden? Somebody.
no
I
Joe
sent-
Rogan. It's Joe Rogan.
I
Is it?
sent the one with Joe Biden talking to the girl, and it was recorded.
No, that was me. I sent that.
Oh. Well,
Somebody asked about that one being a voiceover.
Yeah,
Joe
it could
Rogan.
be.
Joe Rogan is the interesting one because I'm even questioning some of the things I'm seeing from Joe Rogan as possible AI. But there is Joe Rogan. It claims right here. This is from Timcast. Calls medical gender transition for minors childhood mutilation.
Keep going.
Mutilation.
You're almost there.
Man, I'm
Terry
struggling with
McConnell.
words today.
Childhood mules.
It's like Pinocchio.
So, hey, but it is childhood mutilation.
It is.
There's no way around it.
Why does normal people not just?
Whoa. What do you mean normal?
Yes.
Hey,
Like
look,
the new normal?
What's normal now?
So,
hey, do y'all? I know we're talking about something serious right now, but do y'all remember the leg or hot dog meme?
huh?
What?
Y'all remember that? Oh, he backed away from it now. It doesn't
I
look
didn't
the
see
same.
no memes.
What are you talking
Remember where
about?
everybody was taking the pictures at the beach going,
Oh,
leg-
yeah. Oh,
leg
these
or
legs are hot
So
dogs.
look, is that leg or hot dog?
With the mustard on it.
Yeah, like
I
over
didn't
here.
see that.
No, you never saw these women would take pictures at the beach with
Y'all
their
didn't see
legs.
those?
No,
No.
And it was like, is that a leg or a hot
it's not
dog?
my algorithm.
not.
I got
Nope, not
weird
mine
eyes.
My rhythm was jacked up.
Now,
And the fact
You
that
was about to say something about childhood being. Dang, I'm struggling.
Mutilation.
Struggling.
Mutilizing.
that's exactly what it is. Anytime you allow a child to mutilate their body for something that they may not fully understand, that's child abuse.
I got a question for
There's
you.
no way around it. You ask. I'll freely answer.
Define a child.
Oh wow.
Someone under 18?
Is it really?
Yeah, it really is.
Where we live.
No, not by
where we're
law.
By minor is
So,
a child, right?
No,
episode,
mine or someone with a pickaxe.
episode we had the other day, we were talking about anyone
2 days in a row.
over the age of 14 can deny their parents from seeing their medical records. So is that now
And we've
not
had
a child?
confirmation.
That wasn't
out of
where we live.
California. No, well,
It's
how far is
confirmation.
it?
So if you're
Well, yeah, it may not be far away. But
I will tell y'all a story, and it won't be a long story, but I'll tell you a story. It will relate my feelings.
story time.
So McGuire did something he shouldn't have, and I was holding his arm. And I didn't have my hands clenched. I had my hand open with his arm in it.
Open handed.
And he said, I won't take your hands off my arm. I said, this is my arm.
Mm-hmm.
Those that don't know, my son's 8.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't even close, but didn't have my hand closed. He go to move his arm. I said, don't move your arm. This is my arm. I can move. I said, son, I feed this arm. I clothe this arm. It belongs to me.
Yeah, you'll probably have someone knocking at your door tonight for child abuse.
That's fine. They can take all 3 of them.
You talk about us being shadow bands, you're going to be real band.
But-
So they
but
already
real
want to
band.
get your Proud
But the
Boys.
point being, they're children. They live in our world.
But you weren't putting that child at harm or anything like that.
Not at that current moment, no.
No.
But the point being, though, that they're children. They live in our realm. We feed them. We clothe them. They exist.
Well, they're still learning. You're teaching them is what you're doing.
Well, absolutely.
You have to teach them.
Yes, that's the whole point of being a parent.
Their minds aren't developed yet. And if you let them,
if not, they'll run wild at 14.
Exactly. I mean, and my goal is to, teach them to be a better person than I am. But if, they don't always get that.
We do tough love and discipline. I mean, my kids, honestly, man, I don't get on to my kids that often. But when I do, I'm really stern and I make it a point.
Use that dad voice, don't you?
we don't do that. No, well, they know when dad says something, like, when you're playing no more.
I got that look that Samuel Jackson does with that one eye and I get old stink eye.
Oh, you're old.
I just count.
Count.
I count.
Bro, you still count.
Dude,
I count. That's all I do.
But you got babies of all ages.
when they wrecked that golf cart,
Oh, this
yeah.
guy.
Oh, he counted
I
all
didn't.
right.
I was counting my head to 1,000,000 is what I was
He
doing.
took a deep breath.
I thought your son was fixing to be
Do I tell you
laid
something?
out of the yard.
You know what? He was upset. He knew. He didn't talk to me until I went to talk to him.
Oh, this will probably get us banned. May says, I brought you into this world and I can take you out of it. Boy, that's
Absolutely.
That's
My
what
mother
we've
used
been
it.
told by our parents.
I've been
Yep,
hearing that
exactly
for-
what Terry said.
Your mom had that
Grab mine.
spatula. I was scared of that spatula.
My mom
I
used
had a
to-
Willow switch.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy, I'm glad
My
we
mom
moved out
used
of
to
them willow
beat
trees.
the crap out of us.
And
with
she
a
didn't
spatula
care.
from the kitchen. Everybody.
My mom's
It didn't
weapon of choice was fly swatters. And not the fly in. She'd hold the fly in and use the metal
Well,
end.
as we got older, it was
That's nasty.
ashtrays.
You know what? Mine was whatever's closest to her.
Exactly. Now, when we was kids, we go get a Willow switch, but when we
Dude,
got older, whatever's closest
You know
to
the moment I felt
I'm
old.
glad I didn't have Yeti cups back then.
The moment I felt old, I put on my shoe and spanked my kid. I was like, "It's it. I'm officially a parent."
I've seen my mom
I've
beat
never
somebody
done
with a
that.
shoe.
In all fairness, though, with T and the ashtray,
Flip flop.
like him and his brother
It's a
ain't
crock.
little people. So
No,
like, you
it-
got to find something big to hit them with.
No, his mama had to use a cattle prod get them lined up.
They were probably like 12 and 6'2".
This is an interesting story right here. Oklahoma Department of Education partners with PragerU.
Really cool.
Yeah, so Florida was the first state to approve the free curriculum use in schools, and now Oklahoma joins. So is this the uprising against all of this left stuff?
So
Even Becca made a comeback, right?
people are saying that teenagers in high school right now are starting to lean farther right.
I know it's high school boys are.
Okay, that's what I heard.
High school boys are leaning hardcore right now.
And I think it's because the left has gone so far left.
And it is. I think it is too.
I was
So
saying
I would not
Marion.
be surprised. There is a push to go right. I'm sorry.
I'd
Don.
say in Marion, I think that's probably fair. I think most of them lean right, girls and boys.
Well, I think
Why do
it's
you think
also
that
because
is?
we're in the South.
Well, but I think it's more of
I think it's
that.
more than that.
I think it's more of your people in authority are left. and people just intuitively.
Who would have
want
thought
to
the
go
right
against-
is counterculture?
I know,
About
right?
about 30 years ago, it was complete opposite.
10
Yes.
years ago.
Right? Yeah, 10,
10 years ago.
12, 15.
You go.
12, yeah.
They
You
are
go,
now raging in behalf of the machine.
Look, let's go back. Give me what is it? However many gigawatts it is. Let's go back in time with the.
Jiggle
1.21.
That's it, gigawatts.
You're such a nerd.
That's what I was going to say, but I thought
1.21.
So we're going back in time 10
I
years
don't know
ago.
what gigawatt is.
That's how you.
It's from
judge
Back to
a-
the Future. That's how you go back in time. You got to have 1.21.
That's
I
how
know it's a flux capacitor.
But so this is
1.21
this is
gigawatts.
2013. All right, 2013, 10 years ago. It feels like a long time ago, but then again, it's not, right? We have the most people ever voted for president voted in Joe Biden.
Don't
right?
believe it.
Yeah.
Like
We've-
100 billion people voted for Joe Biden.
We've indicted the former sitting president and all of his lawyers. I mean, that's the other thing.
That's
right?
crazy.
How are we not a banana republic?
We have
We are.
sent to prison people who simply was there.
Wasn't there?
There's
Send a
people
text message.
that were there after the fact and got thrown in jail. Like they were just walking around.
I mean, look, you can't make this stuff
I'm
up.
glad we didn't go.
Oh, dude.
I didn't have time out of work.
So Tim Pool brings up a good point.
Bless me.
None of this stuff happens like Father Fortenberry walks up there and says, "I'm storming the Capitol." That's not how this works. It's somebody moves the barricade.
Yeah.
Somebody takes a step in. Somebody kind of pushes that person to get a little better look. And it's all in progression.
Yeah, but was that the case in Seattle when they stormed the city hall?
Yes,
No,
yes,
no,
yes,
I don't believe it was.
Yes, it was, but that also went beyond.
Yeah, but they were camped out there for weeks. They knew they had.
No, I'm not saying it wasn't violent. I'm just saying
But what's
it
They
was
had
worse.
planned.
What was the repercussions of that though?
Zero.
So what about all
That's
the
the
people
difference.
that moved Best Buy windows and Target windows?
Oh, thank you. I've got a
stole
story
all
about that.
kinds of just
Let me see if I can
crap.
find it. Let me
during
make
What I do know is
burnt
the summer
stuff to the
2020, if
ground.
you was in the window business, you were
bro, you
banking.
were-
Banking. I'm like, yes,
Business
son.
was good.
There's a story. Let me see if I can find it. Anyway,
still
all
are,
these out in Los
You know, a
Angeles,
liquor store.
all these high end stores are closing up because of all the theft.
Oh,
Well, they can't do anything. They just have to let people walk. Like you just have to let them walk out with $1,000 bag.
what was that, a couple months?
I'm almost certain Florida just passed, or is it proposing a bill in, or not Florida? They're proposing a bill in California that would make it a crime to stop someone shoplifting.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of months ago, what was those two ladies from Lululemon that tried to stop those people from leaving,
one of them got
and they
fired.
got fired because their policy is that just let them go. They were trying
Oh,
to stop
so
them.
I don't have to pay for
Hey,
my
guys.
daughter and wife's Lululemon anymore?
Exactly.
Yeah, you just go get it.
Just
now.
go get it.
California.
Foodie says that I have a neighbor and husband who stormed the Capitol and got convicted.
What?
Really?
Oh
Really?
man!
Need to interview
Serving,
you.
are they serving time, Foodie?
We need to interview.
They
her.
stormed the Capitol. Wow.
That's well, I'm glad I wasn't. I remember where I was when it happened because I was like,
I know. I was at
my
work.
first thought was, I wish I was there.
My first
Now
thought was
I'm
like,
like,
what's going on?
Thank God I wasn't there.
Thank God I wasn't there.
'Cause
Don't
we
tell you
had-
what concerns me about the storm of the
Golly.
Capitol, though. Have you guys heard? Like, there's like 4 or 5 officers
Brooks
that
is
have
here,
like
Brooks.
committed suicide after the fact from that whole
Look,
ordeal.
me and the shaman would have been hanging out.
I could see-
confident.
no, you would have had the Viking hat.
you would have the Viking hat.
No,
It'd have been
hold
the
on.
shaman and the
It
Viking.
would have been the shaman. Nobody even know the shaman. Dude
No.
wouldn't be selling legs.
It'd be Jamie.
No
I'd have
yoga
body paint.
class.
I'd be
It'd
shirtless
Jamie.
with body paint on.
But y'all know what?
It'd be
We
Jamie.
would leave that seat open and put a Viking hat there, and you know how famous we'd be right now.
Right now.
No, me and Jamie wouldn't be because
But
I would have been there
moving
trying
on,
to keep
I'm-
him out of trouble. So I'd have been in jail.
Look,
too.
if Gary can twerk on stage with some lesbian cowboys, Jamie can hang out with the shaman.
No
That's
doubt.
right.
hey, that's
But
what
I'm gonna do a segue. So
You're going to ride a Segway?
no,
he's gonna ride us that way.
I'm gonna do a segue from the story. Well, it's not really from the story. It's moving on to another one. So in Fayetteville, Arkansas,
Oh,
there is a gentleman that was just arrested who was tied to January 6th.
Okay.
So, first of all, he's a friend. Apparently, he's a friend with the Hodge twins. But so they released a video of the whole thing.
did they actually share that?
They shared it.
I
I get.
saw a bunch of like repost.
So the video I saw said that they were sharing it, but so that they rated it. First of all, the video of them coming into his property is like 8 to 10 vehicles, FBI agents. I mean,
Yeah.
this is a lot.
Hoggo should have been there to.
Hoggo should have been there.
Should have been there.
But to make things matters worse, and this time to another story, to make matters worse, he had a Liberty safe. Everybody's familiar with the brand Liberty.
Yeah.
Okay, he had a Liberty safe and would not give the combination. The FBI went to Liberty safe with.
They called him.
They're saying without.
I'm playing
a
the
warrant.
video of this is them taking the guy's name.
Okay.
It's Nathan Hughes from Fayetteville, Arkansas.
So I mean, he's at gunpoint. I mean, obviously you see what's happening, but Liberty safe gave them the FBI access to his safe,
Really?
which brings up multiple concerns.
It is, because wasn't there a contract essentially signed when you purchased that safe?
First of all, AT&T, who's as far left as it gets.
No, Apple.
Apple. Yeah, Apple.
Freaking Apple won't
Almost,
even do
yeah,
that.
they fought
Yeah.
to keep our stuff safe. So I have two concerns. The fact that they just rolled over without even fighting it. Secondly, how does Liberty Safe have access to a master code to our safes?
Well,
it's probably
electronic.
built in.
It's built
So he's
in.
being
Is that not
charged.
concerning?
It is
could be,
concerning, but I'm
but-
sure it was always set as
So
a fail safe.
at this point,
If a
though,
kid locks himself, in
It's
the safe,
exactly what it
he's
is.
but
good.
at this point, the FBI now has access to every Liberty safe.
They do.
Okay, so he's being charged with crimes related to January 6th. He didn't assault anyone. He didn't vandalize anything. He's being labeled a domestic terrorist and a traitor to his country
Bull
by
crap.
woke leftists.
By who? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the Hodge twins say Nate is just like us. He's an outspoken American patriot. He loves freedom, loves his country, and would do
Yeah.
anything to preserve our rights, just like Holgo. He's also a small business owner with a family that relies on him.
Guess who does not own a Liberty safe and whose guns are safe at this moment?
You.
Gary.
Me.
My gun safes are all off brand.
Guess who doesn't own a
Mine
safe?
has no electronic.
Look, Gary
Guess who
said,
doesn't own a safe has guns scattered all over the house.
Gary said unless they
The
call
most
China,
unsafe
they ain't
place to
getting
have a
none of
daycare
his.
in Mid-South.
If it ain't crazy hot deals, it ain't in my
You can't
house.
find it at Crazy
All
Hot
right,
Deals. it
I've
ain't
got
in my house.
boys, we're on a roll today.
Yeah, the only safe I got is the one I bought from Gary. But other than that, I mean, I got shit scattered all over the
It's a
house.
good handgun safe. It really was.
Harvard University was ranked the nation's worst school for free speech.
Okay.
I don't know. Really?
The university scored. Well, I'd heard that
Berkeley.
earlier, but now it's Harvard. The university scored a 0 out of a possible 100 rating.
Wouldn't you think with all that intelligence they would be the most
Nope.
acceptable
Nope,
to free
I
speech?
don't,
No,
because-
like in a perfect world, wouldn't you think?
Yes, in a perfect world.
Check
yes.
this out.
Because that's where you want to share
I
both
don't
sides.
I hate to. Go ahead. Go ahead. Dick.
The place, the fire, the company that did the rating said that the 0 was them being generous because Harvard actually scored
0.
minus 10.69.
They get if you have a 0 to 100 rating, how do you get a minus
Hold on, let
10?
me tell you this. So the scores are calculated based on a range of factors, including their policies regarding free speech, how many students and staff have been targeted by officials over free speech, and a poll of student sentiment. Bonus points are awarded for schools that defend free speech. So is Harvard it's one of the top most expensive schools in the
Oh,
U.S.
man, it's one of the most
When people think
prestigious
about
schools.
prestige, they think
Yeah.
about someone going to Harvard.
Yale.
Well, they were probably founded primarily on free speech, and now they were just.
I think we can all agree that free speech is only important if it stands up for speech you don't like.
free speech should be regardless.
Yeah,
You should
speech
be
that
able to
makes
have
me
any-
uncomfortable.
Hold on. Free speech only matters if you're offended.
So
Ooh,
I will
like
say-
the way you
yeah.
look when you think you said something really
Hold on.
good.
It was really
Hold on.
good.
Look into the camera and say that one more time.
Say, do what you just did. Drop
Free
your eyes
speech only matters if you're offended.
and drop your eyeballs like you did a while ago.
You mean it only
That's what he
becomes
does
a
when-
problem? if
Really?
No, it's only free speech is only okay if you're offended.
Is
So-
that not
Oh,
what
it's
he
only
does? when
okay
he
if
really
you-
It's
does
only
something?
okay. It's only
I-
accepted. You can say whatever you want if you're offended.
If
I'll
you're-
say this:
If you're a victim.
this took me a minute. It
If
took
you're
me a minute
victim,
to.
that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It took me a minute to accept this. So, Colin Kaepernick kneeling bothered the shit out of me. I hated it.
It should.
And I hated him for it. But you know what? The man has the right to free speech.
Absolutely.
Everybody has a right to free speech.
Now, his employer can make decisions that involve his workplace.
Also, absolutely.
Yes, but it pissed me off. And my grandfather stormed Normandy so he could take a knee.
Yep. People fought so that he would have
Now-
that right.
Now, my grandpa might say different.
well, Uncle Doug too bow-legged take a knee.
Yeah, well, yeah, he didn't want to take two knees.
Oh, Grandpa Doug, he too bow-legged.
And you know what? What else? To be offended, to be a victim, is a choice.
Absolutely, it is.
It's a choice. I mean, you can be victimized and you can be put in
know,
that situation.
I see a son of a bitch burning a flag, I might whoop their ass.
no, ain't no
But-
right.
But that's
just
But
got
they
banned.
had the right.
We just got banned.
they have the
What?
No, I'm joking.
No, you're just saying.
Oh,
But they have the right to.
They have the right. They have the right.
I don't have the right to violently attack them, but that might be what happens.
But we fought for that right to do whatever they essentially just speech. As long as they're not hurting anybody, they can say whatever they want.
But sticks and stones may break my bones. Words will never hurt me until 2020.
I think they also fought for the right for you to be able to throat punch somebody though, at the same time.
Only when provocated.
So I would say this, and I'm not trying to get the alphabet people on me, but these are the same people, but that would get upset if we burned a rainbow flag.
They would.
Yes, absolutely they would.
You would be homo.
I mean,
They would call it a hate crime and everything else.
but I'd be upset that they would also burn an American flag.
Okay,
And they should both be upset, but it shouldn't promote violence.
okay. Here's the difference. So you would understand. You said I would understand, right? You
I
would
do understand.
Yes.
They wouldn't understand.
Nope.
No.
The opposite.
I understand.
And that's the problem. Like
You got to understand.
Yeah, burn it. You burn it. Whatever. You're a dirtbag in my eyes, but it's your right.
Hey, y'all remember the video of the UPS driver that beat the hell out of the people and took the flag that was burning?
No, that's pretty legit.
No.
It was a
how long
great
ago was
video.
this?
If
was that
I owned
before they got a
UPS,
raise? Was that before they got a
Yeah,
raise?
there's like
Yeah.
if you know what Brown could do for you, they could whoop flag burner's ass.
Man,
Apparently,
you can
All right.
tote one.
I'm going to bring it back home for a minute. Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
I don't
who
like
was
her, but
MAGA's,
I like Huckabee Sanders.
Yeah, all right.
press
She in the
secretary.
middle.
She will call a special Arkansas General Assembly special session on Friday to talk about tax cuts, primarily due to the overabundance of funds the state has. She said
All right,
the
I
people
like
need
her
the money,
again.
and she's wanting to cut taxes.
They need to cut some taxes in Marion. My
Well,
taxes
I think it
jumped
would.
up like a
You know
mother.
what?
We'll get back to you.
I will say this, and
Say it, Jamie.
this is not conservative at all for me to
Feel
say
your
this.
soul when you say it.
Yes,
I would rather, since we're already adjusted to these highest taxes we got, let's keep what we got and put some of this money in the roads and construction.
I don't know where you're going, but every road I drive on is under construction right now.
No, they're all under construction, but they all suck.
He's giving in.
From my understanding, Arkansas has got like the worst roads in the country.
They
Am I
take
correct?
so long. By the time they get
Yes.
done, they got to start over.
Yeah, they start back where they started at.
They do. We're done.
No, I
Let's
mean,
start back up.
I think they pay people just to pretend they're working on the roads.
They put them signs up.
Look, hey, my company does that. I do it daily.
Yeah, we
I
do
thi-
that all the time.
I think all they do is move Schneider eggs all the day, all day long. That's all they do.
But my point being, we're already paying this amount of instead of cutting taxes, which in reality probably won't be a whole lot that we'll never really notice.
Yeah,
Let's start investing more money in the state.
we should.
I mean, we're what 48th in education.
Hey, the people in Arkansas would probably,
Yes, but-
probably be more excited if Sarah Huckabee gave everybody a turtle box.
A what?
Okay, now you
I
know
would
what?
be more
You
excited
know what? She
about
bought me a
getting
turtle
free
box. She bought me a turtle box.
What's
I'd vote for
what's
it.
a
Let's
turtle
do
box?
that.
The speakers.
Terry and Marty in the
I
man.
already damn got two of them.
You'd take three though, would you?
He would. He'd
She
be so
probably has a
happy.
picture of Mitch McConnell. He had to go sell turtle box. Mitch McConnell.
He could be.
But I have what may be one of the best stories we've had
I'd
since
rather have
Cocaine
that.
Bear right here.
Best. I don't know about cocaine
no,
bear.
I'm telling you, this
Just a second.
could be.
Wes sent me one.
Come on.
It could be it.
Come with
cocaine
it.
bear?
It is.
I don't know. I'm gonna bring it up here and show the picture, even though
It's
James
heroin shark.
A Florida man is facing federal charges for attempting to run across the Atlantic Ocean in a floating hamster wheel.
Why
You
is
heard
he
it. You
facing
heard it correct,
charges?
folks. He was going to get into a human hamster wheel and run across the Atlantic.
Well, more
Dude,
power
you
to
ain't
him.
gonna make it nowhere. This guy isn't off the coast.
Look,
yet.
hold on. Read this headline. Reza Baluchi, 51, was arrested after a 3-day standoff near Tybee Island, Georgia, just 70 miles into his planned 5,000
shoot.
nautical mile journey.
Y'all know anything about Tybee Island?
Yeah, been there.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
He probably made it like
So
out to where it
okay.
was chest deep.
So let me explain. Let me tell you this story. I thought you ran across this. Wes, shout out to my brother. So he sent to me this story, and this is the best story since Cocaine Bear.
Oh, okay.
It involves Florida man too.
I like the Florida
So
story.
we done topped it twice.
No, I ain't
Just
talking
say-
yet.
Come on,
Three-
Jamie. Don't be.
Three-legged bear
Three-legged. I like it already.
breaks into Florida home, drinks White Claws.
Because you know why?
Ain't no laws.
Ain't no laws,
We drink claws.
Lake Mary, Florida, a three-legged bear known locally as Tripod
Gave the bear a nickname.
was caught on camera breaking into a home in Lake Mary, Florida over the weekend and helping himself to snacks and adult beverages.
What was his name?
Did he hold
Tripod.
them? I need to know if he held them.
I mean, what were the snacks like? Pop Tarts, or I want to know what the snacks
fudge
were.
rounds.
Fudge rounds. I love. Let me tell you the
As
best.
long as he's not under 5 foot, 300 pounds.
Oh, I'll tell you the
have
best
fudge
best snack ever.
Here's some video footage of Tripod.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you got it. Look
got-
at this guy.
He got limp. He gangster.
Let's go back.
I don't even
There's
see-
his White Claws.
I wonder
Here
which
he
one was
is.
his flavor.
This is Tripod hanging out on the patio. It looks like our patio.
Dude is chilling.
He's chilling.
Hey.
He got some white kisses.
Oh,
Jamie, he kind of looks like you wandering around after a pool party.
How did he lose his leg? Like, this is wild.
this is
Look at him.
awesome.
He gonna
There's his White
barbecue.
Claws that he drank. It was the mango. They're pretty
Oh,
good.
the
I like
mango was probably his
mango.
favorite.
They're
Nah,
solid.
he
The
ain't-
mango is better. The mango is better.
The mango's more natural.
Oh, that kid right there, Joseph Diglio.
That
He's the
kid's
coolest kid in
like-
school right now.
That kid's like, I had them claws, man. They ain't that much.
He done popped the top on all of them.
So the kid actually drank the White Claws and released the bear. That's what happened.
So listen,
It was a pet bear.
those that are listening that have started following us, we appreciate it. But go look, our older stuff was terrible. Our sound quality was awful. But
Some of it's hilarious.
we started off three guys sitting on a bed.
Just say we
In
were
a,
drunk.
we were in
On
a
the bed,
bed.
not in a bed, on a bed.
We were laying in the bed too.
One of the first stories we did was Cocaine Bear. Then they turned a movie into
They
it.
turned a movie into it before we. I think it was because we did a story.
We did
on
it before. I think
We did it
so.
before.
Well,
way
they
before.
probably
did it
filmed the
before.
movie way before.
All right, I got one more story, a little bit serious to talk about. We talked about it on there. So, Gervin Dexter sues to nullify his NIL deal at Florida. The Bears rookie defensive tackle owes Big League Advance
Bears.
Fund 15% of his pre-tax NFL earnings in exchange for the $436,000 he received from the company last year under an NIL deal. But the lawsuit argues the contract he signed violated the NIL statute.
So
Interesting.
they wanted to be grown-ups. They wanted to get paid. This is what you
And
do.
he signed a contract, and he's
almost
full aware. It was
$500,000.
written in there.
And they provided him $435,000.
In college, you know what I would have done with 430? I would have never made it in the
Not
NFL.
graduated
I can
college.
tell you that with $435,000.
Well, I'm wondering if he was gambling that he was not going to make it.
That too. Yeah,
But the point being, look, I'm against the NIL personally.
I'm not.
I am.
I think they're old enough to. They're making so much money for these colleges that they should be paid. Because if they get hurt, they don't get paid.
That's true.
You're right, but I mean,
They're adults. Because I think the NFL should open up where you're 18, you can go in the NFL.
high school
Actually, I do
players,
too.
high school players are making money for high schools.
If they did that, then I'd be okay with the NIL being gone.
High school players make money for high schools.
They are.
They do.
You know,
I agree.
Gary's favorite college coach, Jim Harbaugh, he's actually a proponent of profit sharing with college actual income with players.
I would rather see a profit sharing than NIL. I'd rather see every player have a equal portion.
Proportionate.
Because right now it's setting up to whoever can pay the most money for
Yeah,
a
you get the best
recruit.
players.
Yeah,
You
I
do.
mean, it
You get the
ruins-
best players.
It hasn't ruined college sports yet, but at some point we'll see the results of it, I think.
Doug Dog Mafia just joined. Doug Dog, you just joined right at the end. We're about to transition over to our live post game show.
Hey, Duck Dog, my hat just shipped. I can't wait to get it. Next
for
week,
joining.
when you look at us, you'll see your flag behind us on the live.
Hey, Duck Dog, my 2 hats and my free cup, thank you very much, shipped. I don't have the cup with me tonight. I'll have it next time.
All right, guys, look, join us here in probably about 10, 15 minutes on the patio for the post game show. Thanks for watching. Tell your friends about us. Share the broadcast.
Tell your mama about me.
Tell your mama. Marty, final word.
Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I always say we're going to go live here in a minute.
All right, run out of time. Let's go. Fortenberry.
Woo pig, baby, woo pig.
Go Tigers, go.
Gary.
Adios, amigos.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. We'll see y'all next time. Join us Monday.
Somebody done say